I'm Jason. I'm British Caribbean. I'm married with 3 children, and I love PureWick. PureWick has done remarkable things, and I would like to shout it from the top of the world, basically. I was diagnosed with MS in 2019, and it was a cruel shock. That very first night when I tried the wick, I slept for a constant about 10 to 14 hours. I slept. It's like they had to come and check on me, because I just slept. It was remarkable. The next day, I woke up and I was able to sit out in a chair for the very first time in weeks. Before I started using the PureWick, it was pads. And they will be the end of me if I say so myself. Because using incontinence pad is so very different from just wearing a regular pad. It's just a completely different experience. And for me, it was these constant pad changes. It was constant, so it was never ending. When you're faced with something like incontinence, it doesn't only affect the pad or your undergarment, it affects everything. So you have to have a bed change. It's just constant. Your clothes have to be changed. But at the same time, while these are being done, doctors and nurses want to see what your input in terms of your liquid intake is. They want to see your output. And I'm like, but they would weigh these pads, and this kept going on, and I was like, but that's not accurate. I was in a tunnel, and this tunnel was so dark. There was no light. There weren't even guided lights. It was just a dark tunnel. And until I was introduced to PureWick, that I actually start seeing a light. When I was introduced to PureWick, I was able to change my wick myself. It took the time that they would spend doing all these pad changes to the time, how are you today, Jay? So it put the care back into caring. Why is this product not being, shouted from the top of the world? But with the PureWick, after I started using the PureWick, that soreness seemed to completely disappear, because it was less, there was nothing wet in contact with my skin for prolonged periods. Using it at home was a lot more comfortable for me. I didn't need to explain what I was doing to anybody. I didn't need to check with anybody as to, can you help me with this? I was home. One of the things that really disturbed my sleep was all the different pad changes and the bed changes, and it was constant. The very first night, I slept like a baby. Like the nurses had to actually come in and check, because it's something that actually works. I'm not just saying that because I'm saying that because it worked for me. PureWick has worked for me in terms of I can't champion it enough. The dignity, and everybody wants to have the dignity, and everybody wants to have the choices, and it should be a choice. It should be your choice.